Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today's a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It's Wednesday, the 21st day of August. It is National Senior Citizens Day, and we are getting closer and closer and closer to celebrating that one ourselves, by the way. Internet Self-Care Day today, which should be every day. Take care of yourself out there. National Brazilian Blowout Day. I don't even want to know what that is. It sounds painful, actually. National Spumani Day, Poets Day, National Medical Domitrius Day, and Hawaiian State Day. All of those things happening on this Wednesday. And we have a guest joining us as well.
Charlie has Parkinson's. Recently, Charlie started wearing a bracelet from VitaTech Healing.
I'm an avid golfer, and I was going to give it up this year. I just deteriorated that much. Now I'm back to golfing, enjoying it, having a good time. I just can't stress enough how good it is.
Click on radiosavings.com to hear more of Charlie's story and find out how VitaTech Healing is helping others with ADHD, fibromyalgia, autism, and more. Plus, find radio-only savings by clicking the link at radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. This might not come as a surprise to you if you were ever enduring an all-night study session or a marathon meeting at work, but science now agrees thinking hard can hurt. Yeah. Radboud University researchers found that mental effort can be conclusively linked to unpleasant feelings, which they say may challenge some people's assumptions about the joys of intellectual pursuits. Their studies show an analysis of 170 separate research projects. They found no matter what the mental task is, from healthcare workers developing new technologies to athletes honing their golf swings, the result was always the same. The harder people had to think, the more unpleasant they found the experience. So, why do we do it? Scientists concluded that perhaps people choose mentally effortful activities despite the effort, not because of the effort. So, there we go. Did you understand any of that?
Not a
neither.
word.
I felt as though I was reading in a different language. Oh, my head hurts now I read that, though. I think that's kind of what it was talking about. Surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com.
If you want a better credit card, it can be easy and not so hard. BetterCreditCards.com. Earn more points and get more perks. Get what you're looking for in a card that works. BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
That's BetterCreditCards.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by GenesisGoldIRA.com. Heidi, did you know that Justin Bieber once held up a sign in his hotel room window saying, "Go to McDonald's and get me a Big Mac"? And some of the people outside,
I bet he got a lot of Big Macs.
they went and got him his Big Mac.
I bet, yeah.
So, never even thought of that. How cool would that be?
We should try that next time we're in a hotel room.
So just smack that up against the studio window right now and see what happens. Please don't. Don't bring me anything. I promise. I don't need anything. We're on a diet. We're doing really good. We don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by radiosavings.com. The Toronto Film Festival has unveiled their speakers for the 2024 edition. It's coming up next month. Cate Blanchett. Who else is on this list here? A whole bunch of people. And let's move to this next story. I've got the whole list in the show notes. If you want to read it, you can. Jimmy Kimmel says he is not sure that there will even be late-night TV shows in 10 years. The comedian, who spent much of 2022 pondering whether or not he would even continue hosting Jimmy Kimmel Live before signing that new 3-year deal, revealed that one of the reasons that he re-upped was that he was worried about what to do next. He said that by the year 2034, maybe there'll be one late-night show. Maybe there won't be a lot of them. Why? There's so much content these days. People can now watch anything, anytime. He said he used to just watch Johnny Carson. That was the only thing on at that time, and everybody watched it. He pointed out now you can watch anything, anytime. And he says, you can watch the monologues the next day. There's no need to watch it when it airs. So
Yep, don't have to watch it live.
Yeah, so it has been a long time since I've watched any of those shows live, and I've not even watched many of them later lately. So big screen, little screen, brought to you by radiosavings.com.
Charlie has Parkinson's. He started wearing a bracelet from Vitatech Healing, and he's noticed a difference, even while sleeping.
Once I got in bed, I couldn't roll over, I couldn't move. I was just whatever position I was in, just a chore to get out of bed. And now everything is so much better.
Click on radiosavings.com to hear more of Charlie's story and find out how Vitatech Healing is helping others with ADHD, fibromyalgia, autism, and more. Plus, find radio-only savings by clicking the link at radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way courtesy of bettercreditcards.com. Artificial intelligence requires so much power that it's straining the electrical grid in some areas. AI queries require about 10 times the electricity of traditional Google queries, according to Electric Power Research Institute. Emerging AI capabilities, such as audio and video generation, are likely to add more energy demand. In fact, the energy needs of AI are requiring energy companies to recalibrate their future projections and even to explore previously unheard of options like restarting a nuclear reactor at the 3 Mile Island power plant. It's been dormant since 1979. So that's one of the things they're looking at, just to make AI work. I have another idea. How about we just limit AI? Wouldn't that be a better idea?
Right.
I don't know. Because there's some things that it's cool for, but there's other things that I'm like, we're wasting a lot of energy for dumb stuff.
Yeah.
Just a lot of the stuff I'm seeing, I'm like, yeah, that's not probably needed, but whatever. And NASA has unveiled an experimental aircraft that they hope will help achieve a net zero aviation emission goal by 2050. $725 million partnership agreement. Boeing and NASA, they're going to construct a full-scale prototype aircraft featuring extra long, thin wings supported by diagonal struts. The design, known as the transonic truss-braced wing concept. A new X-plane is anticipated to inspire a new generation of sustainable single-aisle aircraft, the backbone of passenger airlines globally. Scientists say that it is a vital step in addressing climate change. So, $725 million partnership from NASA and Boeing to work on a new plane. Can we just get some that the doors don't fall
It'd be
off?
great if it just stays in the air.
That'd be nice.
That would be
Let's
super.
just do that. Again, I'm not saying you don't want to do the new one, but let's get the old ones to work. That'd be kind of nice. Scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of bettercreditcards.com.
Can your IRA or 401k stand up to the next financial crisis? By allocating a percentage of your retirement into physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover, you can diversify and safeguard your holdings from turbulent markets and economic downturns. Safeguard your assets with a tax-free rollover with a Genesis Gold IRA, the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Protect your retirement today with a simple phone call and receive your free gold and silver guide. Call 1-800-200-GOLD or visit genesisgoldira.com.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Our guest today, Joey Vahedi, is Thomas on The Chosen. And when you got this role, did you realize this was going to be such a big deal, Joey?
Definitely not. I mean, this is a show that no one really knew where it was going to go. It was a show that was completely crowdfunded. Fans were donating to the show in season 1. I think we raised something like $14 million to start. And when you work on a show, you don't really know if it's going to get picked up for another season or anything like that. And here we are, 5 seasons later. The show has become this global hit. We're trying to translate it into 600 different languages and make it accessible for everybody. And it's been really exciting. I mean, we even have season 4 coming out on the CW September 1st. So I'm really looking forward to a lot of it.
And what a success story. When The Chosen first launched, there was no distribution whatsoever. It was through your app and through your website. And now, because it has become so popular, you can catch it on a bunch of different streaming platforms and on different television channels. I think that is just a huge testament to what a great job you guys are doing with The Chosen. So congrats on that.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I think it's cool to see the success of the show and how much it's been impacting people. I think that's really what has made it so successful, is how much people can relate to these characters, regardless of your belief system or your faith background or anything like that. It really is just a historical drama told through the eyes of the apostles. So a lot of people have been able to see themselves in these characters, and I've even had people mention to me specifically how they connect with Thomas, or how people will connect with Simon Peter or Matthew or whoever it is, because they feel like their stories are being told, for lack of a better term.
Again, The Chosen is biblical stories, so it's all coming from the Bible. So if you've read the Bible, you know these stories, but you'll also kind of see a little bit of a spin because not everything was written down, so there's some context given, and you get to be Thomas. Did you know that was the role you wanted to be when you signed up to be a part of The Chosen?
Funny enough, a lot of us actually auditioned for different roles. So when I first got the audition notice, my reading was for Simon Peter. And, whenever you're getting these notices or these emails, it'll also tell you when the production dates are. So after you audition, you kind of just let it go and see what happens. But I remember kind of paying attention to the production dates for this one and seeing that they had already passed by. So I was like, all right, I didn't get it. It's okay. We move on to the next one. And then 9 months later, I get a call back for Thomas, which I thought was a mistake because that's not what I auditioned for originally. But I was pushed by my reps to go do it. And got to meet Dallas and I got to meet Beverly Holloway, the casting director, and it was such a great meeting, and they're such lovely people, and here we are, 5 seasons later. It's been really, really cool and really humbling.
Absolutely. And as they say, the rest is history.
Exactly, yeah.
Well, Joey, I got to say, now that I see you as Thomas, I can't imagine anybody else being Thomas. They did a great job casting you and all of the characters. Everybody is very, very well cast.
That's very kind of you. Thank you so much. It's really, I would attribute a lot of that to the writers because they do such a good job with making these human beings full, flushed out characters. People, when they talk about these characters, they usually just see them as saints. And what The Chosen has done so well is they've brought them down to a human level to where you can relate to them. I mean, they have anger. They're vying for power between one another. They have jealousy. They also have love, and they have hopes, and they have the dreams, and they want to do the best. And, I think that's something that every human being can relate to, which is why it's been so successful.
Absolutely. And a new season is starting right now on the CW, and there's a bunch of places people can go. So, if you've not been following along and you want to catch season 1, episode 1, and work your way up to that, you can do that in a bunch of places. Joey, is there an official place to go to catch up on all of the different episodes?
You can definitely download the Chosen app. You can watch the show for free over there. Right now, we do have season 4 that's going to be playing on the CW. That's going to start on September 1st. And then you can also catch the show, I believe, on Amazon Prime, Roku. There's some seasons on Netflix. Peacock. We're on basically a whole bunch of different platforms. If you have it downloaded on your phone or tablet, it's probably playing on that station.
Awesome. Joey, thank you so much for your time today. We appreciate it.
Appreciate you, John. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Again, our guest today has been Joey Vahedi. He is the actor who plays Thomas on the TV program The Chosen. And I always feel weird to call it a TV program because it's way more than that. It is far more than a TV program. But season 4 starts on the CW on September 1st. And if you'd like to get caught up between now and then, there are a bunch of places you can stream it, but I will throw a link to their official app and their website in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Charlie has Parkinson's. Recently, Charlie started wearing a bracelet from VitaTech Healing.
I'm an avid golfer, and I was going to give it up this year. I just deteriorated that much. Now I'm back to golfing, enjoying it, having a good time. I just can't stress enough how good it is.
Click on radiosavings.com to hear more of Charlie's story and find out how VitaTech Healing is helping others with ADHD, fibromyalgia, autism, and more. Plus, find radio-only savings by clicking the link at radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
A classic violin is made of 70 different pieces of wood. How crazy is that?
Really?
That's a lot of wood for one violin. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Sitting on the toilet for 8 hours uses the same number of calories as
8 hours?
Same number of calories as 1 hour of jogging. So the good news is I'm getting my exercise in.
Who's on the toilet for 8 hours?
There are times that I think you accuse me of that. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Official temperatures used in weather apps are taken in the shade, not in the sunlight. So if you ever feel like, boy, it seems warmer than that out here, it's probably why. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The human body becomes partially paralyzed while you're sleeping. This prevents us from harming ourselves during dreams. I've actually woken myself up thinking I'm falling, and then I'll wake up jerking.
I have too.
And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
A typical bird's feathers weigh more than twice as much as that same bird's bones. How crazy is that? Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show.
If you want a better credit card, it can be easy and not so hard. BetterCreditCards.com. Earn more points and get more perks. Get what you're looking for in a card that works. BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com. Give yourself a little credit. BetterCreditCards.com.
That's bettercreditcards.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of mintervention.com. Question for you, Heidi. Over 1/3 of wedding DJs say they have seen this at a wedding reception. 1/3 have seen this. I was a wedding DJ for over 20 years. I saw this happen many times. What is it?
The groom getting in a fight with his best man.
Yeah, it doesn't necessarily the groom, but a fist fight at a wedding. Yeah. More than 1/3 of wedding DJs have seen a fist fight. I had seen many a fist fight.
Well, there's
many
alcohol
weddings.
involved usually, and some people just can't handle it.
Luckily, I was never involved in any of them. Thank you very much. Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of mintervention.com.
Charlie has Parkinson's. He started wearing a bracelet from Vitatech Healing, and he's noticed a difference, even while sleeping.
Once I got in bed, I couldn't roll over. I couldn't move. I was just whatever position I was in, just a chore to get out of bed. And now everything is so much better.
Click on radiosavings.com to hear more of Charlie's story and find out how Vitatech Healing is helping others with ADHD, fibromyalgia, autism, and more. Plus, find radio-only savings by clicking the link at radiosavings.com. That's radiosavings.com.
Time now for some weird news, brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Might be the best of both worlds or just maybe weird. Oreo and Coca-Cola have announced 2 new collaborations. September 9th, they're going to start showing up on shelves in stores. Oreo-inspired Coca-Cola. It's a soda.
What?
Oreo, Coca-Cola, yeah. And Coca-Cola-inspired Oreos.
Ew.
Yeah, the iconic brands teamed up to create the perfect snacking duo using one another's flavors. The Coca-Cola Oreo Zero Sugar is said to taste like the OG Coke, but with sweet addition of flavors inspired by Oreos. Because, you know, I always love to dip my Oreos in milk, not Coke. And Oreo Coca-Cola mixed with sweet Coke. Packaging comes in a classic chocolate cookie infused with Coca-Cola syrup and red-colored golden cookie sandwiched in with traditional white-colored cream. This whole thing sounds weird.
Yeah, it just sounds... Yeah, no thank you.
I'm not ready for this. If this is the future we have, I want a different future. I think I might have slipped into the wrong, paradox or something. I don't know. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. This is now Animal Myth Busting Part 3. We had the first 2 parts of this list. You can find the entire list in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Armadillos curl into balls and roll away from predators. No, they actually don't. Only 2 species of armadillos can even roll into a ball, and they still don't roll away. Each lion pride has a king. Actually, prides tend to be led by queens, females, and they never have a single queen. Lionesses form like a sisterhood, so... they don't have, a pride led by a king lion.
That's interesting.
And the final one on the list, this is, again, the final animal myth buster for the last 3 days we've been talking about it. Horses only sleep standing up. It says while they can sleep and get some Z's while they're standing, usually they lay down when they're going to do like a deeper sleep, and they'll only do so if they're able to relax in a comfortable, safe place. So not going to just do that anyway.
What about cows?
Oh, it doesn't have that on the list, Heidi. I'll get my animal team working on that pronto. Animal myth busting list in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Can your IRA or 401k stand up to the next financial crisis? By allocating a percentage of your retirement into physical gold and silver with a tax-free rollover, you can diversify and safeguard your holdings from turbulent markets and economic downturns. Safeguard your assets with a tax-free rollover with a Genesis Gold IRA, the only IRA that can hold physical precious metals. Protect your retirement today with a simple phone call and receive your free gold and silver guide. Call 1-800-200-GOLD or visit genesisgoldira.com.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way courtesy of radiosavings.com. Our quote today is from Lemony Snicket. Isn't that like a fake character? Pretty sure.
Yeah.
I thought so.
It's a character in a book.
Okay, there we go.
Bunch of movies.
And a movie, because I think Jim Carrey played Lemony Snicket. I don't know, maybe not.
Yeah, he did.
Here's the quote. Love can change a person the way a parent can change a baby. Awkwardly, and often with a great deal of mess. Alrighty then. Great quote there, Lemony. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. Comes your way courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. And I think this is a really nice story right here. Beloved foster grandmother honored for 25 years of service. From Arkansas is where we get this heartwarming celebration of a 92-year-old, Velma Granny Bobo, was honored for her extraordinary commitment to the children of this particular elementary school. B-O-B-O. Would you say Bobo? Is that how you'd say that?
Sure.
Bobo? I don't know how you'd say it.
Bobo.
She volunteered there as a foster grandparent for 25 years. Over 20,000 hours of dedicated service. She touched the lives of over 200 children, many of whom faced significant challenges. Foster grandparents like this young lady provide essential support to children with special needs or exceptional needs. It says our foster grandparents are assigned to children who have special or exceptional needs. Those children, explained by the coordinator of the school, could be facing situations such as having a parent who is incarcerated. Granny Boo-Boo's Bobo? I'm saying it wrong, I'm sure. Unwavering dedication has been a constant source of comfort and guidance for the children under her care. She hardly missed a day. 25 years, Heidi. 25 years. It says, I think she had missed just one day due to some slight health problems. Having to miss just that one day, though, drove her insane. Now, at age 92, this granny has made the difficult decision to retire. To honor her remarkable service, a local news channel met up with everybody at the school. They did a big story, and there was an outpouring of love and gratitude from everybody in the community. It says, you have enriched the lives of so many young people here in this community. I think over 200 plus over the 25 years. And if that doesn't deserve a round of applause, I don't know what does.
That's
the person
wonderful.
On TV. So the station gifted her some really nice things as well, and it's a really nice story. If you want to see the video, you can see that in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say bye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Wednesday.